G'day, it's Bells here from Funny Farm Fish and Things, video number 10. If you've got sensitive ears and you don't like profanity, you need to find another channel to watch because this is full of it. Get used to it. So this video, number 10, is a recap on putting my fry into my Daphnia colonies and all the shit that I went through, the trials and tribulations, and it's got some original footage in it, but you gotta see what I went through and what's happened. So buckle up and watch out for the shit. Righto, in the fry house. So this tank's a Daphnia culture. This tank has approximately 2,000 Sarasa Comet fry and a Daphnia culture. The Daphnia culture I started first before I put the fry in. And another thing too is oxygen. If you got fish in a Daphnia tank like this and you're just feeding the Daphnia, if you don't have enough oxygen at feeding time in the morning, for me, you'll come out, which is what happened, and find all your fish on the surface of the air starving for oxygen. So I've added extra air stones. So there's another tip if you're going to do this. And it's working so far. Like I said, I don't feed my fish. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't feed them, I just don't feed them any commercial food. No shit. It's all live food. So anything I can get my hands on, these guys are getting, on top of a constant supply of Daphnia babies. So there you go. So I've bred the Shabunkin and the Waken. I'm doing a little experiment. So this one has some green water in it, also obviously diluted. I did have to sieve it with a fine brine shrimp net. Obviously I've got to make green water outside. It's got a very fine trickle of air stone bubbles in there. It's got 4 nets in it. They're Shabunkins. These ones, another fine trickle of bubbles. And these are the Waken. I don't know how they went, but we'll find out. They're due to hatch tomorrow. Here's another one with green water in it. Anyone with ponds and fish and breeding and should know how important green water is. So those of you who don't like green water, you must have an indoor fish tank, which is perfectly fine. But for the purpose of what I'm doing here, green water is crucial for it. The water's alive for a start, so it's not going to go off. Second, it's crucial for their first days, I reckon, of the fry when they first start free swimming, because they eat the phytoplankton and the nitrobacteria and all the little tiny shit in there. So this one doesn't have green water. So I'll just do a little experiment and see. But I definitely think they'll all benefit from green water. So the only trouble is got to make it very hard to see the fry. So, Daphnia tanks. When I first purchased the Daphnia, it cost me about 60 bucks. I'd done a shitload of research and I was very aware of how fast they populated, but I was fucking mortified with the starter culture pack that I got. I reckon maybe 100 for 60 Australian dollars. I wasn't impressed. And I knew they grew fast, but I didn't know they grow this fast. With the research I've done, these little fuckers will eat just about anything. I've seen people feed them duck shit, which obviously creates bacteria, and green water in the sunlight, which is the phytoplankton. I've got some with just green water. These ones get fed my green algae from my ponds, spirulina powder, hemococcus algae, duckweed, all blended up, whatever I can get my hands on, really. And I never thought that these would grow so fast, like populate so fast, actually. So this is another one. So zoom in there. Look at that. That is absolutely phenomenal. So the experiment is, if the food that I feed the Daphnia is too much and spoils the water and kills my fish, with the filtration unit that I've got and the trickle feed in, trickle feed out. These guys are getting a constant turnover of water. Every hour they're getting a constant turnover. So no, the answer is no, it does not kill my fish. My filtration unit is more than enough to look after the fish. The filtration works. The trickle feed in, trickle feed out works. If you were to not change water and feed these things the way that I'm feeding them, they're getting a lot of tucker, and every day, every morning it's clear again, you can see the bottom of the tank. If you were to feed these without changing the water, your culture will crash and they'll all die because it spoils the water. So, but by far, certainly the best without having to do water change is green water. But the amount of these little things, they'll chew up a tub full of green water in less than 5 or 6 days. Then what do? You have to resort to feeding them yeast or spirulina powder, or I've seen people feed them dry fish food. But I cannot believe the growth of these things. And this, I've got more tubs, I've got bathtubs and stuff outside with green water growing these guys, and they're all going really good. But the plan in here is that when I have my eggs from my breeding, from my shabunkins and the fantails and stuff, the plan is that the mops and the weeds will go in here with the eggs on them. The fish will hatch and they will have a constant supply of food until they're big enough to eat the adults. So yeah, experiment is so far going really good. I have some waking fry hatching now. Obviously you're not going to see it. You can see how small the duckweed is. They were born overnight, so this is the start of day 4. So basically day 3. Hang on, I'll zoom right in. There we go, look at those little guys. So they're hatching. So they'll sit on the egg sac for a day or 2. Then once they're free swimming, they're going to need some food. There you go, look at that, some waking. The waking, the shaking the fry house. How fucking cool. First real batch since the fry house was finished. So eventually these fry are going to be big enough to consume every single adult Daphnia. So I need a constant supply outside in my outdoor cultures to keep up with it. So you can see a little Daphnia in there. And these Sarasa comets, let me find some. There's one. Little guy. You can see him. See, oh yeah, there he goes. They're darting around, getting their own tucker. And I haven't fed them. They are now 10 days old. So you can see the big Daphnia. They're way too big for these little fish. But you can see all those tiny little dots. That's baby Daphnia. And that's what these little guys, if I can focus on them. Sorry about the, oh, bloody hell. Yeah, that's what these little guys are, that's what they're eating, is the baby Daphnia. Here we go. See him darting around. He's chomping up, feeding himself. So this is a really good time of day to show you my Daphnia culture that I added my brand new born fry to. Hang on, let me get my shit together and get you focused. So, let me, hang on, hold your fucking horses, there we go. There's some, you can see a little Daphnia. See that fry? He's just helping himself to some brekkie. So, there's, there you go, look at that. All that Daphnia, they're all producing babies, and all these little fry are just, whenever they're hungry, they just go to the snack bar and grab a little baby Daphnia and smash it down. Fucking cool. How good is that? But yeah, loads of Daphnia. But you got to look after the Daphnia, otherwise if the colony crashes, well, then you got to start feeding your fry. And it all sounds like too much fucking work to me. Work smarter, not harder, I say. Okay, I have an upsetting update on my 355 Shabrunken fry. I've taken all the plants out. You can see all the mulm in the bottom of the tank. It's quite dark. You see that there? That's just from feeding the Daphnia. That builds up. I'll suck that out occasionally. But when I went to feed the Daphnia yesterday morning, the first thing I noticed was there was no Daphnia. And if you have a look in this tank, now I'll get in. See then, right, there's the Daphnia. This is in with the wake and fry. There was as many Daphnia in that whole tank as what there was this tank. First thing I noticed, there was no Daphnia. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I started having a look. I couldn't find any fucking baby fish. So these Shibunkin fry are exactly 11 days old this afternoon. I actually found three out of 355. So what that means is there's a fucking predator in this ABC shuttle. And it sort of recently dawned on me that I've got river water and I'm just pumping it straight in for my water changes. Well, I've started filtering it with a fine mesh to make sure that just in case there's any dragonfly larvae or eggs haven't come in here. But I definitely have a predator because there are no Daphnia left, and I have found 3 out of 355 fucking Shibunkin babies. They are all gone. Whatever is in here, I am going to find it, and I'm going to cut its fucking head off. Fucking thing. So far 3 baby Shibunkins. And like when you look here, I'll show you again. Look at the Daphnia. This whole tank is like that. This is, you can see the little waking babies. See them swimming around there, chasing the baby. They're hunting. They're chasing baby Daphnia. There is no Daphnia left whatsoever. Just the occasional 1 or 2. Like they're basically gone. So I'm going to get to the bottom of it and I'm going to cut its fucking head off, and that'll solve the problem. Righto, fuckers. Well, I've siphoned the tank and now I'm just letting it fill back up. And now I've just got to wait for these buckets to settle, which will probably be overnight. I'll see if there's any more baby Shibunkin in there, because they'll be swimming around the top in the clean water if there is. I'll see if there's any more in here. I sucked the fuck out of that hole where the tap is. So whatever is in here is either still in the hole or it's in one of these buckets. And whatever you are, you little fucker, I'm going to cut your fucking head off. Motherfucking bastard. 350 fish. Plus all the Daphnia, like it just consumed everything. So I'm going to find it. And I'll wait for this to settle overnight, and then we'll see what we got tomorrow. Alright, so I've cleaned this tank out, and I'm a little bit stumped because I'm gonna have to go through the detritus at the bottom, but there's no fish in here, and I can't see any dragonfly larvae. When you disturb them, they're usually swimming around the water column. Yeah. Wow. But something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Because, I don't know, hang on, I'll get the torch and show you. Wait. Alright, where are we? Because if you look in there, you can see all the baby Daphnia. But there are no adults. There's no more baby fish. I didn't find any more baby fish. So I'll have to pour this clean water out and go through the detritus. There could be, some of the buckets have got a shitload of detritus. There could be a fish hiding in there, and there certainly could be dragonfly larvae hiding in there. But there is definitely something has consumed all of my Shibunkin fry. If you look in here, this has got a couple of thousand Sarasa comets. If you look in there, if I can get you You can see all the little comets swimming around there with the Daphnia. These guys are only a couple of days old. You can certainly see all the adult Daphnia. And then the same, I can't go over there because I've got to move my buckets. The same with the waken fry. Oh, I'm fucking stumped. But there's got to be something in here. And I will get to the bottom of it. In the meanwhile, we're going to have to wait and see. Anyone would think with the shit I do, I got half a brain. But anyway, I didn't put a fine screen on the water, which we're on river water. You know, fortunate because I don't have to fuck around with chlorine, but unfortunate because it didn't cross my mind that we might get fucking critters coming through the system. So I spent all this time building this fry house, and I had fucking leeches, particularly in this tank. I haven't found them in the others yet, so I've isolated this tank and I'm siphoning it out. Got a pump down there, sucking it out, putting it on the lawn. When it's nearly empty, I'm going to give it a real heavy hit of salt and suck some of that up, and then top it back up, obviously with a 200 micron net at the end of the hose to stop any more critters coming in. And hopefully, now that we've cold snap's pretty much over, well, cool snap, but cool enough to for my fish not to want to play. So hopefully I'll be able to breed my shabunkin fry again, because the leeches ate all 355 of them. So I'll have to have another crack. So this time, see if I can get it fucking right, dickhead. So this is the shuttle that I bred my shabunkin in, that I was fortunate enough to get a couple of adult leeches who gave birth to many other leeches and ate all of 355 or 50 something of my shabunkin fry within the first week of their life. So because I've got taps on everything, I can isolate any one of these tanks at any point in time and do whatever the hell I damn well like to it. So what I've done is I've drained all the water out. I haven't kept any of that water because there could be baby leeches in it. It's all gone onto the lawn. I didn't waste it. And then just got a little bit of water left. I've put about 5 cups of salt in here. So any snails that I didn't get, any leeches that I didn't get, anything that I didn't get, any bugs, any critters, everything is going to be dead. So a couple of cups of salt will not hurt this system, because you're probably talking a total of, with the filtration and the sump, maybe 7,000 or 8,000 litres. So a couple of cups of salt won't hurt the system at all. And I do part water changes once a week as well for the fry's health. And of course I've learnt my lesson, because I'm an idiot. This time when I top it up, I've got a 200 micron net, and I will no longer be using the river water without straining it. So far I found a heap of snail leeches and this little fucker. It is, look, they can't swim. It's a leech out of the river water, obviously, and I've researched it, and yes, they eat baby fish. And I've still got a few more buckets to go through, but if I found one, there's probably more. So the riddle is at least half solved. We know what ate 352 baby shabunkin fry. Okay, so as a lady of my word, I said I was going to cut this cunt's head off. There's 16 of them, by the way. I don't know which end's the head. Which end's the head? Probably this sucky end. Probably that end there. So, here we go. Cut your head off, you motherfucker. Teach you for eating my fucking fish, you cunt. Look at all that blood. That's my shabunkin fry blood. Shabunkin fry baby blood, you motherfucker. Teach you 16 leeches. Fucking assholes. So they're all going to get their heads cut off, and I'm sure you don't need to see the lot. So you can see here, these are Sarasa comets. They're not quite 3 weeks old. You can see the intensity of the Daphnia colony that they're in with, and they're hunting little babies. Now if you're going to do this, you either need to have a really good filtration system, because I have to feed these Daphnia quite heavily every day because the colony is pretty intense. You can see there's another patch there. And you either have to have a trickle feed of water in and out so they get a constant water change. If you're going to do this at home, you've got to have a U-Butte filtration system where you can trickle feed in and out, or you have to water change daily. The food load on this system is massive, so eventually these little fish, hang on, we'll go over to the waken. Eventually these little fish will be big enough to consume all of the adult Daphnia, and yeah, there's some waken in there. They'll be big enough to consume all of the adult Daphnia, and I will have to manually put loads of Daphnia in constantly to give them more tucker. So an update on the waken fry, if I can, there we go. So they are today exactly 7 days old. There's a heap of Daphnia in there with them, and look, the little waken fry swimming around him with the Daphnia. Look at him, he's picking off some tucker. So that's the waken fry in with the Daphnia experiment, and I think we might be on a fucking roll, mate, on a winner. No feeding baby fish 20 million times a day. How fucking good. So these are my waken fry. They are 34 days old. Look at that little guy. You'd think that cunt was crossbred breast. Ha! Cross-breast. It was crossbred with a midget. But, yeah, he's not growing too good. But the rest of them, if I can get a good shot here. Now, I can't find, there's one in the IBC that is twice the size of these little guys, and I seen him this morning. I should have grabbed it when I found it, but I can't find it again. It's in there. Now I'll come around this side. You can see the size difference is still quite massive, but predominantly they're all about the size of that one there. They're super healthy, they're going good, they're swimming well. Can't really see any deformities, but I don't mind if they're a little bit deformed. Obviously, if they're fucked up and they can't swim or anything like that, they got to go. But otherwise, I'll just wait and see what comes of it. Wow, one tiny little fucker in there. I'm really shit at videos. Look at that. Fuck that right up. There he is. Oh, I've got a reflection on the screen too, so I can't really tell. Oh no, fuck, there he is, look at that. There he is. He is still only about 8 mils long. So, where's he gone? Anyway, there you go. See if I can get a zoomed in shot. Oh, look at me fuck this up. There we go. Little guys. Oh, look at that guy swimming past. That is a bloodworm cocoon after it's hatched into a mid-fire larvae. There you go. Well, it's just a shell anyway. But, waken fry. Little tackers. Going good. I think these ones are about 13, 14 mil long now, so the other one's is basically double, but I can't find it. So there you go. So here's an update on my waken fry, which are now 41 days old. They're growing fantastic. And, oh, hang on, I'll get my shit together. You can see this little guy. He's a white one, so one of the male parents is white, female is red and white, and the other female is calico, and all the other male parents are red and white. So I assume these darker ones will have quite a bit of red in them, or possibly calico. But then you've got this little white guy up here, G'day, little mate. What are you doing? Yeah, zoom right in and see. You can see straight through him. Yeah, so they're getting quite big. There are some much smaller ones as well in there, but these guys would be bordering on 14, 15 mil long, so for their age, they're doing real good. So I'm going to let you watch a video I did on a pregnant Daphnia while I explained what's happened. So in hindsight's a wonderful thing. I didn't see it coming. So as my fry grow, they're going to need more Daphnia because they're going to consume the adult Daphnia, which is fine because I've got all these wonderful outdoor cultures with millions and millions of Daphnia growing, and I had no issues. I just top up the tank with more Daphnia, and then shit happened. Bad shit happened. I lost 95% of my Daphnia culture. It's all gone. Thank fuck I got backups inside, because the fry are big enough now to consume the adult Daphnia, and I had to top up every day with new Daphnia from my outdoor culture, plus other live food like crushed up maggots, and you know, they're getting too big for microworms and vinegar eels, but I was still feeding them. So now my outdoor cultures have all crashed, and I have to hand feed my fucking Daphnia. God, you're a dickhead. I have to hand feed my fry, not with Daphnia, because I don't fucking have any left. I have to hand feed them mostly now with commercial food and what live food I've got left. So in hindsight, here's a fucking big lesson learned. So if you're going to do it, here's a lesson for you. Learn from it. So these are my outdoor Daphnia cultures, and they have crashed. And it took me a little while to work out what was going on. If you can see the colour of that water, it is black. Now, I live in Victoria on the Murray-Darling Basin. It's a river. They call it the Mighty Murray. When we get big floods, what happens is that the water floods into the floodplains, and all that leaf matter and debris gets wet, and it starts to break down, and it forms extra carbon and obviously nutrients, and microbes and bacteria produce like wildfire, and there's so much of it in an entire river that the bacteria strip the dissolved oxygen out of the water, and if it can do it in the Murray, it can most certainly do it in a culture of this size. So I'm going to show you what's happened. In hindsight, we have this beautiful big gum tree in our backyard. Okay? And what I didn't do is put a protective barrier over the top of these like a shade cloth or something to stop the leaves from falling in. A little bit of leaf matter is okay, but a lot is no good, and what's happened is called hypoxia. So a little bit of black water anywhere is okay. Carbon is the start of all life, so it starts with the bacteria and then small crustaceans and shit. So hypoxia, which this is now hypoxic black water, and even though I've got fucking bubbles going on in there, it is not enough. The bacteria have stripped all of the oxygen out of this water, made it hypoxic black water, and now all of my fucking Daphnia are dead. So there's only one solution: strip it, empty it, flush it out, start again. Unfortunately, start again and cover it with a shade cloth so the leaves can't fall in. So lesson learned. I hope it's a lesson that we can all learn from if you're doing Daphnia outside. So when I went through these tanks, everything, absolutely everything except the bacteria and the microbes were dead. Except, of course, the dragonfly larvae. I told you they were fucking monsters. These things breathe out their butt, so they could have come to the surface and got a gulp of air through their butt. But anyway, fucking hard lesson to learn. So here I have one of my indoor cultures. I've got two just in case I crash, and I've crashed a few over the time that I've been experimenting with these little Daphnia critters. So you can see in there, hang on, I'm going to zoom in. There's quite a few in there. Roughly every 10 to 14 days I'll change this out, but you can see also the water. It's quite clear. There's still a bit of stuff in there for them, but it's pretty clear. So I'll just show you my green water. So this shit is jade green. That is super green. So what I'm going to do, I won't be able to do it and film it for you because I can't hold two things and the phone. So I've got this little 200 micron net. I'll take the air bubbles out. I'll pour the whole container into this bucket through the net. I'll do it to both of them. I've got two there. I'll do it to both of them. Then I'll put new green water into both tubs and just release a few Daphnia, and the rest of the Daphnia will go out into my fry house to keep the colony going in there for my baby fish. So I'll show you the amount of Daphnia that's come out of just one of these little indoor cultures. That's a lot of Daphnia for it's like, what is it, maybe a 4 or 5 litre tub. It's maybe 5 litres. It's not very big, but yeah, there is a lot of Daphnia. You can see all the babies. So I'll just tip a few back in. Well, just guess 10 or 20. Tip them back in after I've washed out. I don't wash it out, I just rinse it out into this bucket that I've siphoned the Daphnia out of. The leftover Daphnia will go back. That water will go into my outdoor culture just to top it up. That's it. That's all I do. So my experiment of adding fry to a Daphnia colony was fucking awesome until I crashed all of my outdoor colonies and I had no fucking idea what was going on for about 5 days, and then I worked it out. What the fuck? Oh, check out that fucking idiot. What a wanker. Anyway, so don't do what I did. Don't be a dick. Watch out for black water. Number 1 rule, always have a backup culture. Every time, have a backup culture. Oh, well, hello, Spook. You decided to show your face. I've been working fucking hard. And what have you been doing? Hanging out by the outdoor pond. That's a bit rude, mate. You're the apprentice. You should be working. That's not working. Spook watching television is not fucking working. Get to work, you jerk. So we're at the dog wash, but it's a cocky wash, and we're going to wash our cocky. You ready, Spook? Come on. Come on. Come for a bath. Come on. Come on, Spook. Where you going, bye-byes? Hop down in there. Hop in there. Good girl. All right, thank you. So Spook enjoyed her bath after a hard day of being the apprentice, doing fuck all. I couldn't film the bath time because I was busy washing my my cocky. But I hope everyone learned something from this video. I most certainly did from the whole process. Daphnia and fry are fucking awesome together. It works great, but you got to look after your outdoor colonies or it fucks up. Hope you enjoyed this video. Catch us on the next one.